little demons, angels, bookshop creatures, emotional support gremlins, and everyone who clicked on this video thinking, oh, this is going to be a calm, mature discussion about good omens. No, it is not. This is not a calm discussion, this is a fandom emergency meeting. Today I need to talk about the ending of Good Omens, because I have feelings and unfortunately those feelings have escaped containment. And before anyone says, but maybe that was the point, yes, maybe it was the point. Maybe the point was pain. Maybe the point was tragedy. Maybe the point was to make me stare at my screen like I just witnessed a divorce, a funeral, and a customer service complaint all at once. But just because something is the point does not mean I have to sit here peacefully and accept it like a well-adjusted person. I'm not well-adjusted. I am a Good Omens fan. There's a difference. The thing is, I love Good Omens. I love the chaos. I love the humor. I love the angel and the demon nonsense. I love the bookshop. I love the Bentley. I love Crowley being dramatic in sunglasses. I love Aziraphale pretending he's normal while making the most emotionally complicated decision known to supernatural society. But the ending made me sit there like, excuse me, that's it? That is why we're leaving this? Because Good Omens has always been about choice. Crowley and Aziraphale choosing Earth, choosing humanity, choosing each other, choosing their side. And then the ending comes along and suddenly it feels like everyone forgot how communication works, which, okay, to be fair, Crowley and Aziraphale have never been communicating champions. These two have been emotionally constipated for 6,000 years, I think it was. But still, at some point, someone needs to say a full sentence. Not a coded sentence, not a look, not a dramatic pause, not to the world, not nothing lasts forever, not angelic nonsense with 12 layers of repression. A real sentence. Something like, I love you, I'm scared, I don't know how to leave everything I've known. I want to choose you, but I don't know how. I need you, I'm sorry, please don't go. Anything. Give me one emotionally honest paragraph. I am begging. Crowley finally tries. This man who has spent thousands of years hiding behind Sikhism, sunglasses and I'm a demon, I don't care, finally reaches a point where he basically says, no, I want us, I want this, I want you. And what does the universe do? It grabs him by the collar and says, actually, here's emotional damage. Rude. That scene hurts because Crowley is not just saying Aziraphale to run away. He is asking him to finally admit what they are. He is asking him to stop choosing system that hurt them. He is asking him to choose their side. And Crowley has always been the one who saw through heaven and hell faster. He knows both sides are broken. He knows heaven is not automatically good. He knows hell is not some fun little alternative either. He knows the whole system is rotten. So when Aziraphale turns back toward heaven, Crowley is like, Angel, no, we already did this. We literally had a whole character arc about this. And I felt that in my bones. But also Aziraphale, I love him, I really do. He is my soft little bookshop angel with ridiculous trauma and terrible decision-making skills. But I want to shake him like a snow globe, because I understand why he does it. That's what makes it worse. He isn't doing it because he doesn't care about Crowley. He cares too much. He thinks he can fix heaven. He thinks he can make it better. He thinks if he is in charge, maybe he can protect Earth, protect Crowley, protect everyone. And that is very Aziraphale. He wants to believe in good. He wants to believe heaven can still be good. He wants to believe the system can be saved. But bestie, that system has been using you like a scented candle with anxiety for 6,000 years. Please stop applying for management. Heaven is not a broken bookshop shelf you can repair with good intentions and a cup of tea. Heaven is a corporate nightmare with wings, and the Aziraphale walking back into that, it hurts. It hurts because you can see the trauma, you can see the hope, you can see the denial, you can see him trying to do the right thing in the worst possible way. And that is why I don't hate Aziraphale. I'm just disappointed in a very dramatic, very personal, very angel please answer my emails kind of way. What bothers me about the ending is not just that it's sad. Sad endings can work. Pain can work. Angst can work. I love angst. I collect angst like little emotional Pokemon. The problem is that this ending feels like it gives us all the pain but not enough comfort. It gives us the wound and then rolls credits before handing us a bandage. And I'm standing there like, hello, nurse, emotional support, anyone? Because after everything they have been through, after all the build-up, after all the glances and the rescues, and the lunges, and the all-side energy, I needed something more. Not necessarily a perfect happy ending where they ride off into the sunset in the Bentley while Queen plays and heaven explodes in the background. Although I would accept that gladly, but I needed something that felt like emotional payoff. Something that said, yes, this hurt, but it meant something. Instead, I was left sitting there with my mouth open like Crowley just personally reserved over my feelings with the Bentley. Let's talk about the kiss. Because, oh my god, the kiss should have been the moment where the fandom ascends into the sky like a Victorian ghost. But instead, it hurt. That was not a final kiss. It was not soft. It was not healing, it was not romantic comfort, it was desperation. It was Crowley saying, please understand me, and Aziraphale not being able to meet him there. That is tragic, beautiful, maybe, well acted, absolutely. Painful, I'm suing. Because we waited so long, 6,000 years in canon, years in fandom time. Approximately 14 emotional lifetimes, and then the kiss happens, and instead of joy, I felt like someone handed me a cupcake full of knives. Thank you. I hate it. And then no proper conversation after, no explanation, no real processing, just emotion, devastation, and then separation. Who approved this? Who looked at the fandom and said, yes, give them the kiss, but make it hurt so badly they can enjoy it. That is villain behavior. That is bars above level infinite. And the worst thing is, I understand both of them. That is why I trust. If Crowley was completely wrong, it would be easier. If Aziraphale was completely wrong, it would be easier. But no, they are not. They are both acting from fear. Crowley is afraid of losing Aziraphale to heaven. Aziraphale is afraid that if he doesn't go back, everything will get worse. I hate this. Crowley wants to run away because the system is broken. Aziraphale wants to go back because he thinks he can fix the system. Crowley says, leave it behind. Aziraphale says, come with me. And both of them hear rejection. Crowley hears, you're not enough unless you become something heaven approves of. Aziraphale hears, you're bending the chance to make things better with me. And I'm in the middle like, can we please book one therapy session? One, just one, I will pay. The ending also frustrates me because Good Omens is so good at showing tiny acts of love. Aziraphale saving Crowley. Crowley is saving Aziraphale. The bookshop, the Bentley, the little habits, the way they orbit each other. Their love is in the details. It is in the way Crowley knows Aziraphale's voice. It is the way Aziraphale trusts Crowley, even when he pretends not to. It is in the way they keep coming back to each other. So when the ending tears them apart, it feels like extra cruel. Because we know what they're losing. We are not losing a simple crush. They are losing 6,000 years of you're the only person who understands me. That is not a breakup. That is cosmic emotional property damage event. And honestly, I think part of why the ending bothers me so much is because I wanted them to be happy in their universe. Not human wise, not human universe, their universe. The whole story has been building toward that. And yes, maybe the ending is supposed to show that they are finding themselves in each universe. But but did it have to hurt like that? Could we not just have one extra emotional scene? One tiny crumb? One look that said, this is not over? One small sign that their connection is still safe underneath all the pain? Instead, I feel like I got shoved into a divorce hearing without legal representation. And don't even get me started on the fixing heaven idea. Aziraphale, my love, my angel, my cinema roll with paperwork trauma. You cannot go Pacific heaven. You cannot take one management position and undo thousands of years of celestial nonsense. This is not how this works. Heaven has the emotional warmth of an empty dentist office. You're walking into that thinking, I can make this better. And maybe you can. Maybe you really can. But not by becoming what they want you to become. That's the danger. That's what scares me. Because heaven doesn't just want Aziraphale's help. Heaven wants his obedience. And Crowley knows that. That's why he reacts so strongly. He isn't just angry. He is terrified. He is watching the person he loves walk back into the machine that hurt both of them. And Aziraphale thinks he is walking in with power, but Crowley sees the trap, and we see the trap, and that makes it unbearable. So when people say, why don't you like the ending? It's not because I wanted everything to be perfect. It's not because I hate angst. It's not because I think characters should never make mistakes. I love messy characters. I love bad decisions. I love emotional complexity. I just wanted the ending to give me something that felt less like being pushed down the stairs by narrative tension, because the pain is good. The acting is good, the symbolism is good, the tragedy is good, but emotionally I was left in ruins, and not cute ruins, not aesthetic ruins with ivy and strong lightning. I was left in ugly ruins. I was staring at the wall while my snack goes untouched. Ruins. That is serious. If a show makes me forget my snack, it has committed a crime. And yes, I know, maybe it is not a final emotional destination. Maybe it is the dark middle. Maybe there's a point where everything breaks so it can be rebuilt better. Maybe Crowley and the Zephyr need to be separated to finally understand themselves. Maybe a Zephyr needs to see heaven clearly from the inside. Maybe Crowley needs to stop thinking the only options are running or losing. Maybe they both need to learn that love is not just choosing each other when it is easy, but choosing each other when everything they were taught says they shouldn't. Understand all of that. I'm intelligent enough to understand narrative structure. Unfortunately, I'm also emotional enough to scream anyway. Two things can be true. My problem is not that the ending is badly made. My problem is that the ending personally attacked me. There's a difference. It is well written pain, but it is still pain. If someone makes a perfect knife and stabs me with it, I can admire their craftsmanship while still yelling, "Why would you do that?" That is Good Omens ending. A beautiful, crafted, emotional knife, and I'm on the floor. Some conclusion. I don't like the ending because it hurts. I don't like it because Crowley finally withdraws and gets broken open. I don't like it because the Zephyr chooses heaven again, even though I understand why. I don't like it because the kiss was not healing. I don't like it because after 6,000 years, they still couldn't just talk like emotional, literary mortals. I don't like it because I wanted their silence. Instead, I got celestial divorce paperwork. But I also can't stop thinking about it, which is the worst part. Because a bad ending, I could ignore. But this lives in my brain. This makes me analyze. This makes me rant. This makes me open my notes app like I'm preparing a legal case. So maybe the ending did its job, but I am still allowed to be mad. And I am, lovingly, dramatically, with the full love of a fandom gremlin who just wanted the angel and the demon to be happy for 5 minutes. Thank you for watching me rant. Tell me in the comments if you also felt personally victimized by the ending, or if you are stronger than me and somehow survived it emotionally. I did not. I'm still in the bookshop, metaphorically screaming. And remember, choose your own side, communicate your feelings, do not go back to toxic celestial management, and for the love of everything holy and unholy, let the Crowley and the Zephyr have one proper conversation. Now comes bloopers, and I find them really, really funny, because I made so many bloopers, not many, but you know what I mean. Crowley and the Zephyr choosing Earth, choosing Homie and the thing I love. Stop sticking your headcanon into the script. Yes, this hurt, but it means, oh my god. It gave us off, oh my god. That's what it makes. It Crowley, he finally, oh my god. It's Crowley finally tries not to hit her, oh my god. Not a coded sentence, oh my god. I'm so, ugh. Because I need to, oh, that's not in the script. That's why, oh my god. That's what it makes worse. Stop sticking cannons into the script. Bookshop creator.